Hey everyone, welcome to Wealth Redefined. I'm your host, Michael Reynolds, certified financial planner and owner of Elevation Financial. Thanks for joining me today. I'm on the web as always at elevationfinancial.com. Today, we're going to talk about maximizing your college savings through Superfunding, a 529 plan. This sounds very fancy, very magical. It's not that magical. It's just a nice little thing you can do, but we're going to talk about it. So, when you're planning for, a child or even a grandchild for college, future education, one of the tools we can use is called a 529 plan. A lot of us are probably familiar with that. Lets you contribute money. That money grows tax-free and can be withdrawn and used tax-free if it's for qualified education expenses. So there's typically two types of qualified educational accounts. According to the IRS, there's prepaid and there's educational savings plans. And the 529 is an educational savings plan. That's the most common. And again, you can contribute money into it, invest that money inside of it, and then it grows tax-free. And it kind of acts like a Roth IRA in that you can take it out tax-free if you're using it for qualified educational expenses. So very flexible, great tax advantage for college. So what does it mean to superfund a 529 plan? So superfunding a 529 plan involves making a large lump sum contribution in a single year, which takes advantage of a special tax provision. So thanks to the annual gift tax exclusion, you can gift up to a certain amount per year per beneficiary without incurring federal gift taxes or without counting against your lifetime gift tax exemption. However, the IRS allows for a unique rule for 529 plans known as the 5-year election. So, under this rule, you can contribute up to 5 times the annual gift tax exclusion amount in 1 year and spread it over 5 years for gift tax purposes. So, this means you could contribute up to 5 times the annual gift tax exclusion per beneficiary in one go. And for married couples, this limit doubles because it's per person. So gift tax exclusion amounts typically increase each year. So, be sure that depending on when you listen to this, you're referring to the current annual gift tax exclusion amounts. In 2024, for example, it's $18,000 per year. So in this example, that means you could contribute up to 5 times that amount in one go, which equals $90,000, or for married couples, $180,000 in 1 year. And what this means is, again, you're front loading the contributions. But for tax purposes, you're spreading it out over 5 years as if you made that contribution over 5 years. So again, you're staying within that annual gift tax exclusion amount so that you don't end up paying gift taxes or you don't end up reducing your lifetime gift tax exemption. So why would you consider superfunding? What's the advantage? So one is maximizing tax-free growth. So because you're front loading your contributions, you give your investments more time to grow tax-free. And that can significantly increase the amount available when it's time to pay for college. Again, you're leveraging the gift tax exclusion. So the 5-year election allows you to use the annual gift tax exclusion more effectively, which avoids incurring either gift taxes or avoiding contribution counting against your lifetime gift tax exemption. Also, there's some estate planning advantages. Contributions to 529 plans are removed from your taxable estate. That can be beneficial for estate tax purposes, and that can help reduce your estate's value, which potentially lowers estate taxes. So you're offloading that and getting the funds out of your estate earlier rather than later. Also, it minimizes financial aid impact because 529 plans owned by parents have relatively small impact on financial aid calculations compared to assets held in the student's name. And so superfunding can provide substantial resources for education without really significantly affecting financial aid eligibility. So 529 plans are pretty good overall, relatively, when it comes to financial aid. So a few considerations. So once you elect to superfund, you're committed to that election for 5 years. You can't make additional contributions to that beneficiary's 529 plan without potentially incurring gift taxes or reducing your lifetime gift tax exemption, which again, not the worst thing in the world. I mean, a lot of people will not ever use that up, but it's just something to think about. Also, you want to look at state tax benefits. Some states offer tax deductions or credits for 529 plan contributions. And so you want to check your state specific rules because superfunding might impact the amount you can deduct in a given year. Also, 529 plans in general, if you're kind of banking on those or putting resources into that type of plan, you might face potential changes in education plans. Life is unpredictable. Your child's educational plans might change. If the beneficiary doesn't use the funds for qualified educational expenses, you could face taxes and penalties on the earnings if you withdraw that. However, the nice thing is you can change the beneficiary to another eligible family member without incurring penalties. And you also might be able to take advantage of the 529 to Roth IRA rollover, which we've talked about before on this show. So there are some flexible options there. So is Superfunding a 529 plan right for you? Could be a great strategy if you have the means to make a significant upfront contribution. These are some scenarios where it might make sense. One, you have a windfall. You've recently received a large sum of money, like an inheritance, a bonus, sale of a business or property. Superfunding can be a tax efficient way to allocate those funds toward education savings. Again, front loading for investment maximization. Maybe you're focused on estate planning for individuals concerned about estate taxes. Superfunding a 529 plan can help reduce the size of your taxable estate while also supporting your family's educational goals. And you want to maximize investment growth. This could be the biggest reason. The earlier you contribute to a 529 plan, the more time your investments have time to grow. So if you're confident in your investment strategy, you feel good about that type of plan, all makes sense in your financial plan, the long-term potential of the market can help you maximize that tax-free growth. All right. So how do you do this? What's the correct steps for superfunding a 529 plan? First, consult an expert. It's never a bad idea to talk to your financial advisor or a tax expert to make sure you understand the implications. Make sure you're funding a 529 plan that is right for you. Usually within your own stage is the ideal option, but there's lots of different options. So take a look at that. You're going to complete the 5-year election form. So when you make that contribution, you need to file IRS Form 709, which is how you report that 5-year election. That form spreads your contribution over 5 years for gift tax purposes. Again, that's IRS Form 709. Monitor and adjust your investments. Typically, you want to look at different time horizons and where your child's age kind of sits on that spectrum of time horizon. So, some people opt to change their investments to more conservative as time goes on, as the child gets closer to college. So monitor and make sure you keep up with that. And then stay informed on state tax laws. Make sure you, both state and federal actually. So, make sure you're up to date on what the tax laws are, especially in your state when it comes to 529 plans. So superfunding your 529 plan is a pretty good strategy sometimes for maximizing educational savings, gives you tax benefits, and can be an estate planning advantage as well. So by making that large upfront contribution, you're giving your investments more time to grow tax-free and can really help boost the amount available for your child or beneficiaries' college savings in that 529 plan. So, all right. So with that, as always, I'm happy to answer any questions anytime. You're welcome to reach out on my website, which is elevationfinancial.com, or find me on social media. Send me a note there. You're also welcome to book a free consultation if you want to think about becoming a client or just ask me general questions. You're welcome to do that on my website. All right. With that, thanks for joining me today. As always, have a great day. We'll see you next time.